Welcome back to Conquest Creations. In this game, the goblins of Moria have descended from their mountain lair and have gone into the wildlands of Bree. They've stumbled across a small town and the Dunedain Rangers have met them there, ready to drive back the evil forces. This is a competitive match between Sean and myself. Let's meet our players and get into this game.
G'day people of the internet, I'm Sean from Last Alliance of Noobs and Men, and today I'm here to show off what is my favourite faction, the Rangers. My army list is a little bit, I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm going for Arathorn and 17 Dunedain. Normally I would run Helbrad and Banner, but I'm giving it a whirl without the banner today.
Hi, I'm Jacob and I'm playing Moria today. My army is led by Durburs, the Goblin King. I've also got Groblog, a captain, and a shaman. I've got 30 Goblin Warriors with various equipment, a couple Prowlers, a Cave Troll, and a Bat Swarm to round it out. In the past, I've played this army a lot, but I haven't used it in quite a while, so I'm very keen to get it out and see how strong Moria can be. In today's game, we're playing on a village in the outskirts of Bree. The scenario is Command the Battlefield. That means that there's Maelstrom deployment, so we'll be all split up, and at the end of the game, each table quarter that you have more models than your enemy in, you will score points for. You also get points for breaking the enemy and killing the leader.
Plan is to make sure Jacob's army is as split up as possible and to pick them off with shooting and little combats here and there to whittle those numbers down. I am going to be throwing my might around like crazy.
The scenario is Command the Battlefield, which is a really interesting one because it means I need to split up. As long as I don't break, splitting up is fine. But if I do break, my courage is pretty bad. Good thing I have a shaman who's going to provide some fury. And with that, let's get straight into this game. And here we are at the start of the game. We are playing Command the Battlefield, meaning we have Maelstrom deployment. Let's roll turn 1 priority. I'm on a 1, you're on a 3. So that's going to go to you.
3.
With Sean having priority, he had to roll Maelstrom for all of his rangers individually because each of them is their own warband, and they came on scattered all around the table. I got the ability to place some, but he got to place most of them. So here's the board after turn 1 move for the rangers all coming in through Maelstrom. Sean, what's the thinking here?
So the plan was to just link up into pairs of 2s and pairs of 3s because that's what the Rangers love to do.
And I'm rolling for my first warband. I'm going to start with my shaman. He's got a 1, so he does not arrive this turn. My next warband is going to be my captain. He's on a 5, so I can choose where he goes on the east or west side of the board. I decided that he'd come in right between 2 rangers because I reckon if I can come in and trap those rangers next turn by winning priority, I should be able to get 2 easy kills. My next warband was Groblog, and he rolled a 1, so he's not arriving. And then Durburs rolled a 2, so Sean, you can place him wherever you want on the north or south board edge. Where's he going to go?
I think he will be going 6 inches from this table edge, right on that 6-inch line.
All right, I'll bring him in. It's not a great spot for me because I'm a long way away from all the rangers, and that's why Sean chose it. This video is brought to you by the Kingdom of Azragor Kickstarter that is currently live. If you want to get some of this incredible evil terrain that we've designed here at Conquest Creations, please check it out. All of the funding from the Kickstarter supports what we do here at Conquest Creations and means that we can make more, better quality videos for you guys. Priority this turn went to the goblins, but Sean, what have you done?
Yeah, look, losing priority was not phenomenal. So I've decided to try and keep these guys alive here. Mainly this dude here, old mate Willie. He's calling a heroic move to get away from that potentially fight for Prowler.
And I didn't counter, so feel free to move him.
He will be running 6 inches there. That is all my heroics, so over to Jacob.
And the rest of my move was pretty straightforward. Now it might seem a little bit reckless, Sean spending a point of might there, but the important thing is that in his army he has 20 points of might, whereas in my army I've only got 9. So there is a huge difference. He can definitely spend his resources a lot more freely than me, and my goblins are going to chase down that ranger that just ran away from them. So at the end of my move phase, I had to roll for my next warband to see if they would arrive. My shaman got a 3, meaning it was Sean's choice. Where have you put him, Sean?
I've gone and put them on the opposite side of the board from me at the moment, 6 inches from the corner.
So this was a sneaky placement from Sean because he knows that he'll be able to get a ton of rangers onto this warband and hopefully flash kill them, so they are in danger. And now we have my final warband with Groblog. Oh, they've got a 1 again, so they are still not arriving to the battlefield.
Love to see it.
It's a little bit sad that Groblog hasn't arrived yet, but it's also not the end of the world because it means that Sean has to worry about where they're going to turn up. In Sean's movement, he's just trying to save this ranger that I managed to trap, and of course, he's trying to get on to that Shaman's warband, try to kill them as quickly as he can. The rest of the rangers just shimmying around the board. There's a ton of them all spread out. And here we are after the movement phase. This is probably the most spread out game I think I may have ever played. Sean, what are you thinking going into the shooting phase here?
I don't have a lot of shooting. I've got one dude over here who has moved half who is going to shoot, probably at a prowler. And then I've got these two lads who did not move at all, who are going to shoot either that prowler or into that spearman.
And I'll start the dice rolling for the shooting phase because I had priority. These two goblins can see this back ranger, and they have both missed.
So I will continue on with the shooting. I'm going to start off with this old mate who has moved half, and he's going to shoot back at that goblin spearman over there. Oh, that's a cocked eye. He hits on the 5.
Needs a 5 to kill.
Oh, is it worth a point of might? It almost is. I'm going to do it.
Wow.
I will spend a point of might.
All right.
And that is Tomo, using a point of might to kill a goblin spearman. Next up, I've got my two boys who have not moved, going over towards this block here, prioritizing the prowler. So we'll start off with him. So first one hits on that 5, does not kill, and the next one does not hit. That is all of my shooting.
Takes us into the combat phase. Sean, any heroics to declare?
Yeah, so I will be calling a heroic combat with this Dunedain here, who is Billy, up against that prowler.
All right. That's an interesting heroic combat because it means you could get some fast kills here. Let's go straight into it. I'll set the bar for you. The Conquest Creations dice is my prowler who's two-handing. He's got a 6, but that goes down to a 5 because he's a two-hander.
All right, so this is old mate Billy, who has no might. Oh, the big Rabtastic 6.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you've won the fight. You just need a single 4 to kill me.
All right, he's not trapped though, sadly. Rabtastic, let's go.
There we go. Okay, now you can move and fight again. So where are they going to end up?
So I'm going to be a little bit greedy. This guy's going to go into these two. Now the next question is, do I send old mate into one more, or do I try and go for 4 kills, or do I try and go for 3 kills? I think I want to go for the 4 kills. So I'm going to send him into these two.
All right.
So skirting that control zone, jumping into there.
So very ambitious in there.
This could go well, or it could go terribly.
And this ended up going really well for Sean. He managed to get another 3 kills, meaning those two rangers killed 4 models this turn, and that warband is down to 2 members. In the next fight, he spent a point of might to get a kill on a goblin, and just did well overall. That was a massive turn for the rangers. There's now 7 goblins dead in total. Let's roll priority. I'm on a 4.
I'm on a 5.
You're on a 5, goes to you. So how many points of might have you spent? You've spent 4 out of your 20. I don't really have anything I need to do with it, so I'm not calling anything. That just goes to your move.
Hell yeah.
And these rangers who are on the flank are running down so that they can hopefully finish off that shaman, but they're only going half because they're planning on getting some shots in. Arathorn is running the full distance. He's got 3 attacks and fight 5, which is a big problem for my goblins because we're going to really struggle to kill that. And around the whole table, Sean is just shimmying, and that went into my move, where my goblins are still chasing down this ranger that's been running away from them, and Durbos with his cave troll and bat swarm are just running towards the shaman. And I'm rolling again for my last warband. I really hope they arrive in a good position this time. That's a 5. All right, that is a good position. It's my choice on the east or west side, and hopefully this can get me some momentum. This is the perfect spot for me to come in because I'm able to come in and hopefully save the shaman and get some traps on these rangers next turn. That took us into the shooting phase where Sean started with these 3 guys. What happened?
So I had 2 guys hit that were shooting at the prowler. One of them, they both failed to wound, but I spent a point of might to kill the prowler.
The next block of rangers fired into this spearman in the back here. What happened, Sean?
Alright, so Tommy over here shot the spearman and used point of might to kill him.
So you've used 6 points of might in total?
Yes, 6 points of might in total.
So 6 out of your 20, but you're getting kills. On this side, Sean wasn't able to kill any of my goblins with his shooting, so that goes into my shooting phase, where these 3 archers who moved half are just going into the ranges. That is 3 big misses to take us into the combat phase. The thing I'm going to start off with is Groblog's Mithril Crown. I roll a dice, and on a 4-up, it gives +1 fight value to all goblins within 3 inches of him. So I've got some fight 3 guys, and that means my Prowler is fight 4 in there.
Cool.
Sean, are you going to call any heroics?
I'm still going to call that heroic combat.
Yeah, alright, so that's with this ranger on the side here?
Yeah.
Nice. And I've got nothing, so let's start there.
Cool.
My goblin's going to shield. Set her on a 5.
I'll get the 5 and win it.
You've got a 5 as well. You're 5-4. I'm not, so that goes to you. Oh, and that has failed to wound. So I'll just push back.
Yeah.
And that'll go into the regular fights.
There was only 2 more fights this turn, and one of them was my shaman who lost and just pushed back, didn't take a wound, and elsewhere my goblin managed to survive.
And that takes us into the next turn. So let's roll our priority.
Big 6.
And I want a big 1, so that's going to go to you. I am tempted to spend, let me have a think. I've decided to do a heroic move in here with Groblog. Sean, are you going to be countering?
I will be countering, and I will be countering with my boy's shit cloak.
All right, an adequately named ranger. You've got priority, so you've got the roll off. A 1, 2, 3 goes evil.
No.
And it goes evil. That's good.
This was a big roll off for me. It means my goblin ambush has been successful and I'm going to be able to trap a lot of these rangers. They will have a good fight value, but the Moria army bonus gives me +1 fight value against trapped opponents, and if I compare that with Groblog's Mithril Crown, I can get my goblins up to fight 4. Sean, of course, was able to move next, and he did manage to tie up some of the goblins, and around the rest of the battlefield, he's managing to get them into combat. But back in my normal move, Durbers and his warriors are running as quickly as possible to link up with Groblog and hopefully smash all of those rangers, and this all-important bat swarm is in combat.
Surprisingly, this turn, there was no shooting because all the rangers are running as fast as they can to come and help out their friends. So it goes into the combat phase. I rolled Groblog's Mithril Crown, but it didn't go off. Now, Sean, what have you called?
I've called a heroic combat with this ranger up in here, who is linked up with Arathorn, and they're going to hopefully try and save the day.
All right, well, let's start with that one. I'll set the bar for you with my single goblin archer. Ooh, on a 2?
Arathorn are the white dice. There's a big radtastic 6.
Yeah. All right. A single 4 will kill me. I think I'll be trapped.
Cool, so first guy, he'll get the 6 on a big noob 6, baby.
There we go. That's
Coming in
the
clutch.
10th goblin down. Now, where are they going to move to?
All right, so the Prowler is currently fight 4 because he's trapping someone. I'm going to jump up on here.
So now he's fight 3 because he's
fight 3.
not.
But I think I'm going to do that instead to try and get those 2.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm going to swing this guy into these 2. So that they're 1-on-1 there. He's fighting 2. He's fighting Groblog. I think that's the play.
That was a great play from Sean. He was able to do that because he was still splitting up the fights because he had priority. Now, in the next few fights, they went pretty poorly for me. I took a fate off a ranger, but then Arathorn killed a prowler, and this ranger did 2 wounds to my shaman. I failed my fate, and that is the shaman dead, which is huge. The shaman is so important in the late game with that fury. In the next fight, Groblog took a wound as well, so we're taking a lot of damage this turn. The good thing is the Batswarm managed to halve the fight value of that ranger, and we got the kill. My goblin captain won his fight, and he did a wound to one of the rangers who had to spend a point of fate and might just to survive. And in the next fight, one of the rangers spent a point of might to kill my goblin.
So that is the end of the turn, and the board is looking very interesting. There's a few rangers and goblins on that side that are almost irrelevant to the rest of the game, but for command the battlefield, they can get those points that can secure the win. Obviously down here is very interesting. Let's roll some priority. Let's go with the Raptastic 4.
Noob 6.
Oh, I would have liked it, not gonna lie. You've spent 10 out of your 20 might in your army, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. You've only lost 1 guy, but you've lost quite a few fate. Look, I think I need to spend it. I'm going to spend with Groblog in here so that I can move first.
Cool. I will be calling with old mate Gilliam.
All right. You've got priority. Let's see the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil.
I need this one.
Moving first again is huge. I've got the bat swarm around here, and that's going to be essential to my plan in this turn. So I'm just tying up all the rangers with my heroic, and then that goes back into Sean's move, where these rangers are just running across the board. If they can get to Arathon and the rest of the rangers before I kill them all, they're going to be able to help out. Now my bat swarm has charged into a ranger, and the rest of my goblins have just advanced. Now these goblins are in Durburz's warband, and they are spreading out so that they can go and play the objective of command the battlefield.
Here we are at the end of the movement phase. There's no shooting this turn, which takes us into combat. Now this is a really interesting one. I've decided to call a heroic combat using Groblog right in here, and his Mithril Crown did go off, giving goblins around him +1 fight. Sean, what have you done to counter?
I really didn't want to, and I was planning on not calling any heroics this turn. Nice dice roll. But due to Jacob's calling of that, I can see that he's going to run straight into Arathorn. So to try and save him, I will be calling a heroic combat with him to try and take Groblog out of that fight.
All right, so that's Arathon in there. Let's do the roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good. I've gotten a few of these, and I've gotten another one. So Arathon is in danger, hopefully. All right, so my heroic combat goes off first. It's Groblog in here. Do you want to set the bar for me? You're on a 4, so I'll roll Groblog. He's on a 3. I'll roll the Bat Swarm. He's on a 5, so I've won that. And I think you'll be trapped in there. So this is Groblog's first round of strikes. There's 2 wounds, and he is dead. Now in here, I need to go after Arathon. So this Goblin Archer is going to run around, and he's not going to touch him. He's just going to get as close as possible. And then, oh, you know what? I've stuffed up a little bit. That Goblin Archer is just going to go into him. Groblog's going to go into Arathon, just getting as close as possible. And then the Bat Swarm is going to come in there as well. And that's going to go into your heroic combat next, which is Arathon.
Yeah. All right. I'm now fight 2.
You are fight 2 because the Bat Swarm halves your fight, rounding down.
The thing is, even striking just wouldn't have been worth it.
No.
So I need to roll a 5, takes me down to 5.
Yep.
Just big 6. Big any heroic
that
6.
seriously could be enough just to win it. Okay, I'll start with my 2 spearmen.
Come on.
Groblog.
Yes!
Okay, so you're D5. I'm going to get a bucket of dice. So here is a bucket of dice to roll. The greens are Groblog, the blues are the 2 goblins, and the white is the Bat Swarm.
Is it 5s all round?
5s all round.
1,
Oh, he's
2,
dead.
3, that 4, 5, that is 8. Dead Arathorn.
Nice.
4.
Well, that was good news for the goblins, because that gets us VPs for killing the leader. Now this ranger managed to survive, but had to burn a fate point, and elsewhere they're pushing the goblins around and managing to get a couple kills, but that's okay, because next turn I should be able to absolutely swamp them. Now my captain, who hasn't really had the most fantastic game, surrounded by 3 rangers and absolutely got nuked. That takes us into turn 6, and all these rangers are out of might, so I've got freedom of movement because I got priority, and the cave troll is finally in combat. The cave troll is the perfect unit for smashing just 1 ranger per turn, which is going to start adding up really quickly. Now around the whole board I'm moving around lots so that I can play the objective. It would be silly of me just to get as many kills as possible and then lose because I killed stuff too quickly. Now with Sean's movement, he was shimmying around and he moved a lot of his rangers just half because he was ready for a big shooting phase. These 3 shot into those 2 goblins, spent a point of might and killed both of them. On this side, they shot across and managed to get another kill, meaning that I'm 2 models off break at the end of this turn after they killed my final prowler.
And that was the end of a brutal shooting phase. Sean, you got 4 kills, meaning I'm 2 models off broken.
Absolutely massive turn of shooting, exactly what I needed. I was expecting to get 2 kills. The fact that I got that extra 2 is giving me a little bit more confidence about breaking Jacob and watching his shit hopefully run away.
Yeah, but this should be a good combat phase for me. I've got no heroics to declare, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
And the combat phase started off well with Groblog getting a kill on one of those rangers, and the Batswarm got another kill. The Batswarm is having a huge game. It was no surprise when the cave troll got a kill.
Priority for this turn has gone to the rangers. We didn't lose any goblins in the combat phase, so that means I'm not broken. But it's your priority. What are you trying to do here?
I think I need to tie down both the troll and Durbers, so I need to roll a courage with 1 will left to charge into the troll and Durbers.
All right.
So they're courage 4. Oh, big Zorp
He's
Daddy 6.
got it. Zorp is up. Let's go.
And around the rest of the table, Sean just has little strike teams of rangers who are shimmying around, making sure they get in the right position for the shooting phase. That went into my move, and all of my goblins are now just running towards the rangers as quickly as possible. I'm not able to get everyone in cover, so I'm getting no one in cover, and we're just sprinting. I don't want to break here, and I think that if I can get to the rangers before I break, I should be able to get a few more kills and hopefully win.
Here we are at the end of the movement phase. Things are getting very, very tense. I'm holding some points over here for the command the battlefield, but if I break, I will definitely fail some courage tests, so that's not ideal. But I'm 2 off breaking, and that's going into the shooting phase. This is really your big opportunity to get the win, really.
Yeah, so I really need to get 2 kills in this shooting phase. So
Yeah.
I will be spending as much might as I can to make that happen.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into my shooting, hey?
And starting the shooting phase, you've got 3 rangers. Did they move?
They moved half this turn, so they will be hitting on an almighty 4.
All right.
Oh, reroll that. There's 1 hit.
And you'll have the defense for Archer.
I would have used might if he had might.
Yeah, but they're out of might. Brilliant.
So I've got these 3 bowmen. One of them has used a point of might going into this group of goblins in there. All right, they did move half. 1 hit.
Oh, it's the one without might. And you'll have a spearman.
Oh, the 6 flashed.
3 bows left. You need to kill 2 models to break me.
They've just got to go in there.
Yep. You're going to take in the ways to go for the defense 4 guys in the back?
Yeah, may as well.
Yep.
So 3 of them, they all have might.
Yep. But 2 of them will have in the ways.
Yeah, one of them. All right, so this guy moved and hasn't in the way. These 2 did not move. The red one hasn't in the way. Now, in the way. Oh no, this guy didn't have the in the way. In the way on that boy. Hits
So
him.
hits a guy with a shield.
Oh, use a point of might.
Point of might will do it. That means I am not broken. I'm 1 away from breaking. You've killed 20 of my 40 models.
And the one fight this turn was very predictable, with that ranger getting absolutely smashed.
So the game is very, very tight at this stage. Let's roll priority.
That'll
Goes
go
to
to
me.
you. I'm going to call a heroic move with that dude.
That dude. Well, Groblog doesn't have any might, so that move is just going to go to you.
Cool. So he's going to get everyone.
So those rangers really just want to run away from the goblins, but you need to
Yeah.
keep shooting if you want to win.
That's it. So if he moves, I do need to move him first. So he'll just move the 6.
So he's moving all the way, so not shooting.
This guy's moving all the way. That guy is moving half. These guys have to move the whole way.
And after Sean's heroic, that went into my normal move where I'm just trying to chase him down. The Batswarm with his 12-inch move was able to make a huge fly and take one of the shots off him and go into combat. Around the rest of the table, I'm just shimmying around and I'm trying to keep my defense 4 guys as safe as possible because Sean wounds them with his shooting on 5s instead of 6s for the guys who have shields. And Durbers and his friends are just moving up, and these guys are hiding behind the house so that they can hopefully capture objectives, but if I break again, they're in a lot of trouble. That went back into Sean's regular move, where the rest of the Rangers just shimmied around to optimize their shots.
That is movement phase completed, which means we have a very important shooting phase. Your goal is just to kill 1 model.
1 model. That's all I need. 1 model. Any more after that, and I'm feeling real good.
Yeah. All right, where are we going to start?
All right. So I'm going to start off with this guy, who is going. He's going to take 2 in the ways over the wall and Durbers into that boy there.
Yep.
Because actually no, he's going to go for the 1 in the way, just at a bowman over there.
Yep, great.
He hits on a 3 because he did not move. Does not go over. No in the way is going to go at that bowman.
Yep.
Hits. There it is. There's the 1 kill.
And I am broken.
Oh, love to see it.
The rest of Sean's shooting managed to kill another goblin. This was devastating to break. It's going to make this late game very, very interesting.
That goes into the combat phase. We've just got 1 for the turn. My Batswarm is on a
Big
5.
six.
Goes to you.
Defense of the bat swarm.
Defense of 3.
Defense of 3, so I need 4s. 2 wounds.
And 2 wounds, I've got 2 left. And that takes us into priority for the next turn. This is a really big turn.
Big 6.
Goes to you, and honestly, that bit doesn't actually matter too much to me. I'm mainly worried about my courage tests.
That's it. Rangers are a very late game army, so I'm kind of relying on their ability of the late game shenanigans. Oops. This guy's going to move back 6 here. These 2 are going to run up 6 to there, just in case there's another turn. I can hit some gobos.
Yeah, so going after that group there.
So charging Groblog is really, it means nothing, because Durbers is going to be able to affect both of these groups. The initial plan was that to force Durbers to affect one of those groups and watch the other run. But for the fact that, you know, he's got a 12-inch standfast, it's not worth it, so I'm going to continue my shooting campaign.
These goblins on the far flank, who are nowhere near any standfast, managed to pass 1 of the 3 of them. I really wanted them to stay around because they are denying Sean a lot of points while getting me points, but Courage 2 is not great.
So we're in a tricky spot here. I'm going to do a courage test for Durbers. He's passed, and he's got a 12-inch standfast, but standfast does require line of sight, and I don't want to lose any of my goblins. So he's just going to come up to the corner of this building, where everyone over here can see him, and these guys can see him. Then I'm able to move these guys, and I really just want to control this bit of the board. Importantly, I do still need a courage test for Groblog. Let's see that. That's a 6. Groblog is only courage 3.
He's got will.
So I will spend his point of will to stay alive.
Having standfast when all the goblins are Courage 2 is absolutely essential.
The shooting phase was uneventful this turn, not a single goblin going down, so it takes us into the combat phase. Sean, what are you planning on doing here?
Alright, so I am currently in combat with this bat. I've got 2 lads with might. I'm going to use a point of might on this dude here. That is Dazza, and I'm going to call a heroic combat.
I'll set the bar for you. I'm on a 5.
And I'm also on a
Whoa.
5 to win that fight.
So you've won it?
It has already taken 2 wounds.
Yep.
So 2 more wounds.
No. That's none.
We're in strife there.
Priority went to the goblins this turn, but Sean, what have you done?
I've used Paul's might, so I'm out of might on these 2 to call a heroic move. I'm just running back. If the bat swarm charges one of my guys, no problem. Hopefully I will kill it.
All right. And I'm not countering that, so feel free to move them.
All right, 6 inches. They're just booking it back.
See ya.
See ya.
And that goes to my move. I'm going to start my movement with Groblog taking a courage test. Oh, that's not good. So Groblog has fled the battlefield, which means that my next move needs to be with Durbers. Durbers is just here. He'll take a courage test, and he is fine.
Where's he going?
5 inches out to here, because he's got that 12-inch standfast that is all important to me at the moment. So that's going to affect all of these guys. I'll start with the Bat Swarm. Bat Swarm's just going to charge one of them, trying to get a kill. And here we are after a big movement phase. All of the Rangers just shimmying around wherever they can, and all of the Goblins are also trying to spread out so we can command the battlefield. That goes into the shooting phase.
And Sean managed to take down 2 goblins this turn, so I'm starting to run low on numbers. In the combat phase, my Bat Swarm got a kill, and that takes us into the next turn where I've got priority.
In my movement phase, I'm going to do a courage test here with Durbers. Now he's passed, and he's got his 12-inch standfast. And really, I need Durbers to be everywhere at once. But he's going to get as far away from these goblins as possible towards the other goblins. So not using his full 5 inches, having to stay in line of sight and 12 inches of that guy. Now all the models in here are good to go with courage, and you can see I've marked out this area with dice, and that's because that is the section of the board that I need to be getting into. And we're pretty much just going to advance into it. There was a flurry of shots from around the table going at various goblins, but didn't manage to kill anything. So we've just got one fight. Let's see how my Bat Swarm fares this time. I'm on a 6.
Me too.
You're on a 6 as
Rabtastic.
well.
And any heroics.
All right.
2 4s. Gets it.
Oh, that does it. So I have lost 28 models. You need to kill
2 more.
2 more, and I am quartered, and the game will be over.
Beautiful.
Priority went to the goblins this turn, and I'm going to start out by doing some courage tests. Starting with this goblin. He's fled the battlefield. So if 1 more runs, I will be quartered. I'll go with the next goblin. He's also fled the battlefield. Now I'm going to take a courage test with Durbers. Durbers, wow, passes with flying colors, and he's in the perfect position that his standfast affects the rest of them. Because of that tricky play I did of taking some courage test, this is the last turn of the game, so I can just run forwards with reckless abandon here and get 5 models into this section of the board.
And these 4 goblins all ran into this quadrant of the board to ensure I have as many bodies in there as possible. Sean really didn't move too much because he wanted to shoot, but across all the shooting phase, not a single one of my goblins went down.
And here we are with the last combat of the game. Set the bar for me, Sean.
Come on, Paul. Oh.
Paul is on not a fantastic roll. We'll start with the cave troll.
Yeah, there it
Cave
is.
Troll's won the fight, and can
good
we
measure
get the
hurling.
kill? Oh, no, I just want to do 6 wounds to him. I did 5.
So you are 1 from breaking me.
Yeah, so that is the end of the game.
That is.
And at the end of the game, let's count up the scores. So, Sean, you've got more models than me in this quarter of the board, so that is 1 point to you.
That is correct.
Now, I've got just Durbers in here, so that's 2 points to me.
Yep.
Next, you have that quarter.
I control this one.
That's yours, so that's
And
2 points to
Jacob has more friendly models in this one, giving him 1 point.
you. So at the moment, it's 3-all. But you've broken me and are unbroken. That's 2 points, so you're on 5.
And you killed Arathorn, my leader, giving you 2 points.
So
'Cause
that
I
is-
failed to wound Durbers.
Yeah, a 5-5 draw.
Yeah, I'm really, really chuffed with how the Rangers played. It's been a couple of weeks since I played a game of SBG, so it's really, really nice to get back into it with the Rangers.
Wow, what a game. I think that play with me intentionally losing the goblins to quarter myself could be a little bit contentious. It's a little bit gamey, don't get me wrong, but this was a competitive game, and it didn't end up getting me the win, but it did confirm the draw for me. I did, to be honest, miscount Sean's Rangers, and I thought I was going to win because of that play, but not today. This has been Conquest Creations. Thank you for watching.